Are we recording? Oh yes, we are recording. I can see.
We are recording. You're recording.
And his name is Scott Macdonald. He's also a dear friend, a club legend before, and he is creating waves in Australia, Germany, France.
Yeah, hi Alex. Thanks very much for having me on your show, on your podcast. A great honour to be guest number one as well. That's amazing. Thank you very much. Hardly anybody's paying any attention to how they breathe. Manipulated the power of breath to my advantage.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen up with me, and you'll be like, oh my, you'll be amazed.
The zone. How does it feel standing before the jump, before you're falling off the cliff?
Well,
what made that decision to take the first step? Can you just bring us in a bit?
It was the fear of it was more the fear of the fear zone. I mean, the greed. It's absolutely disgusting when I think about it. These guys, young guys with families, guys like ourselves, were getting pulled into the office and get told they were made redundant, but on the other hand saying you have to go offshore now, you have to go and jump in the helicopter and work your last trip, or you're not getting your last wage. So these guys with wives and kids at home who've been on the edge of their seats because they've kind of suspected his house. And then I told them that I was doing Wim Hoff method classes offshore every night. I told Wim that I had a class offshore, and he jumped up and he hugged me. He goes, "Oh man, that's amazing, that's great, you're already a teacher." He gave me a hug and stuff.
All natural, yeah.
Wrestling world champion. He lives in Los Angeles, and he's the mental coach of Ronda Rousey.
Oh yes, Ronda Rousey.
And one of his questions was, "What's your big dream? What do you want to do with your life?" And stuff. And I told him, ridiculous. He says, "Oh, I want to be the OIM."
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
So I said that, and then afterwards I was thinking, nope, I'm not interested in being the OIM. It's like, is that my big dream, really? Exactly, yeah. And it's one thing, it's another thing actually leading by example, because it's what you're doing.
Exactly.
We're role models, yeah. It's what we do, how we act, how we behave. That's what is going to influence our kids, not the words. It's easy to say stuff. The weekend after that, I've got an event in Graz. I've got an event in Wiener Neustadt, which is basically the town where I live. And then the weekend after that, I've got 2 events in Prague. Prague's Czech Republic. Yeah, so get his mind blowing. And these are things that aren't actually anything to do with the Wim Hof method at all. It's completely different direction, but it's like, unique, very unique. Dot life.
So flow to the number 2, FLO number 2 dot life, LIF.
FLOW.
Oh, FLOW. Yeah, number 2 dot life. Really want to achieve in 5 years yourself.
There's 2 things. There's kind of two things I'm kind of working towards, and one of them is becoming Donald Trump's breathwork coach. You know Donald Trump, he's the president.
You're not joking. Donald Trump's okay. Yep, why not?
But let's see. French Open.
Oh yes. What about the French Open? Tell me about it.
I don't want to say too much just now, but let's just wait and see what happens there. Let's just wait and see what happens there. Okay. I want to make a change in the school system there. And I've done things already. And the other thing is, on the same frame, is to build schools in less fortunate parts of the world.
Yeah.
It's like the 4-minute mile. You can't run the 4-minute mile if nobody could run the 4-minute mile before Roger Bannister, and then all of a sudden loads of people could do it. Yes, there are a lot of people, a lot of children who aren't fortunate enough to have access to good schooling. So yeah.
Well done, Scott. Thank you very much for your time. And any famous last words for the listeners before we zip away?
Keep breathing.
I like that. I like your style.
Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks
very much for your time, Alex. It's a big honor to be guest number 1 on this amazing podcast. It's going to be big. It's going to be awesome.